Imagine you are standing in a place you have never been before. No signs. No familiar roads. No one to ask. Only building you don't recognize, and streets that all look the same. You take a step forward, then another, but something feels wrong. You don't know if you are going the right way or the wrong way. Have you ever felt that moment when you suddenly realize you are lost? Not just a little confused, but completely lost. Now imagine you reach into your pocket and find a map. Suddenly, everything changes. The streets start to make sense. The distance becomes clear. You feel calmer. You feel in control. But here's the question. Are you really seeing the world? Or are you just seeing the map? Because maps do not show reality. They show a version of reality. And that version was created by someone. Long before modern maps existed, humans still needed to understand space. Early humans did not draw maps on paper. They carried maps in their minds. They remembered rivers, mountains, and paths. They followed the sun, the stars, and the land. Have you ever tried to remember a place without using your phone? It is not easy. This was the first form of mapping. Then, something changed. Around 2,500 years ago, in ancient Babylon, humans created some of the first known maps on clay tablets. These maps were small, simple, and sometimes not very accurate. But they showed something important. Humans wanted to represent the world. Not just walk through it, but understand it. In ancient Egypt, maps were used to measure land after the Nile flooded. Because every year, the water would rise, and the land would change. Maps helped people rebuild their world. In ancient Greece, maps became more scientific. Thinkers like Eratosthenes tried to measure the size of the earth, and he was surprisingly accurate. Have you ever wondered how people understood the world without satellites? They used observation, logic, and imagination. Maps were not just tools. They were ways of thinking. As civilizations grew, maps became more detailed. They showed roads, cities, trade routes. They connected people across long distances. But then, maps became something else. They became power. During the age of exploration, European explorers traveled across oceans, discovering lands they had never seen before. They created maps to record these journeys. But these maps did more than show locations. They claimed ownership. They said, "This land belongs to us." Have you ever thought how a line on a map can change the lives of millions of people? Borders are just lines, but they decide countries, laws, and identity. Maps helped empires expand. They helped control resources, people, and information. And sometimes, maps were changed on purpose. Countries were drawn larger. Important areas were placed at the center. Other places were pushed to the edges. Have you ever noticed that some maps make certain countries look bigger than others? That is not always because of size. It is because of perspective. Maps can shape how we see importance. They can shape how we see the world. And this idea continues today. Now, maps are digital. You open your phone, and within seconds, you know where you are. GPS systems use satellites orbiting the Earth. They send signals to your device and calculate your position with incredible accuracy. It feels like magic. But even digital maps are not perfect. They simplify reality. They remove details. They decide what you see and what you don't. Have you ever followed a map and still felt lost? That moment matters, because it reminds you that a map is not the world. It is a guide, a human creation, a system built on choices. Today, maps do more than show directions. They collect data. They track movement. They learn from human behavior. Every time you search for a place, you are also giving information. Have you ever wondered who controls the maps you use? Who decides what appears first? What routes you should take? Maps are no longer just tools. They are systems of influence. And in the future, maps may become even more powerful. Imagine maps that show not just places, but real-time life. Traffic. Weather. Events. Imagine maps connected to artificial intelligence, guiding decisions before you even make them. Would that make life easier? Or would it take away your sense of direction? Because in the end, maps are about more than location. They are about understanding. They help us make sense of a complex world, but they also shape that world. So the next time you look at a map, pause for a moment. Ask yourself a simple question. Am I seeing the real world? Or just someone's version of it? Because the map is not reality. It is a story we choose to believe. Thank you for joining English Spark. Stay curious and keep discovering the hidden stories behind everyday things.